She took a long time.
Could at least open my door.
Yeah, it took you long enough. It took you long enough. What's up?
You know that bitch. You know, gotta take time. You know?
I know. Okay, all right. So before we leave, man, I don't want to be wasting no gas and stuff like that. So, like, what you want to eat? Like, what you in the mood to eat before we leave?
Nothing too serious, but something good, but nothing too serious.
So, like Applebee's or like Chili's or something like that?
Applebee's or Chili's?
Yeah.
Not Applebee's or Chili's.
What's wrong with that?
Come on, man. I'm an artist. Like, come on,
Okay.
man. Look at the material. Do it look like I want Applebee's or Chili's? You could at least say Longhorn.
Okay, so you just asked for something simple, but okay, so all right, we'll go to Longhorn, whatever.
Yeah, we're gonna do Longhorn. And by the way, I do need to go by the Louis store because I do need these boots for this video shoot that I got tomorrow. So we're gonna have to put that in the plan.
To the Louis store.
To the Louis store.
So you getting some Louis or something?
You're gonna buy it.
I'm not buying no Louis nothing. Like, are you crazy? Why would I do that?
Bit, but I mean, what's wrong with you buying me some Louis boots? Like, don't you like me?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we cool. Like, we just started
talking.
talking.
You want to invest in my career?
Okay, I'm not about to invest $3,200 in no Louis shoes. Like, that's crazy. Do you think that you got to think that I'm a trick or something? You got to think that I'm a trick or something, bro.
I mean, that would give you a couple points, but this is the thing, though. If you want to fuck with me, you got to be able to invest in my career. This is the thing. Y'all niggas always invest in them parlays and never win. Okay. But you can't invest in my music career.
Okay, so here, this is how we gonna do this. I'm not doing that. So what we gonna do? I'll take you to Longhorn, but that's about it. So what we gonna do?
No, baby. If we ain't going to the Louis store, baby, we ain't going to Longhorn.
Okay, well, we're not doing that. So,
okay.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, on my knee. Bye.
So,
bye.
Yeah, all right, bye. No, I'm not why would I sit here and take you to the Louis store? Why would I do that?
No, there's niggas on my line that would love to take me to the Louis store, love to take me to Longhorn.
Okay,
so,
well,
you taking up space.
Okay.
You're taking up my time.
Okay.
You can't get with the program.
Okay, so why don't you just go find you a trick because I seen that's what you want, and I'm sure that you can find them because I'm not him.
1 + 1 = 2.
All right. Well, this 3 is gonna be gone. So you have a good one. Yeah. All right. What she thought this was like? You not moving nothing. What you thought you was moving something? Man, please.
These days, being selective before asking someone out has become more important than ever. Rushing into a date without getting to know the other person's intentions can lead to disappointment, wasted time, and unnecessary frustration. Taking a little time to understand someone's character, values, and expectations can save you from a lot of problems later on. Many people enter the dating scene for very different reasons.
Man, taking all day. Bro, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up, babe?
Man, no, what's up, baby, bro? I've been sitting in the car for 30 minutes. You still not done?
This is the thing. She has to be compensated.
Who?
Right here, $250 for her.
Okay, you come to a salon and why would you come here with no money, bro? That's stupid. Listen, watch this. Watch how I exit this bitch. Nah, I ain't the raggedy one. You the raggedy one. Fuck. Watch how I leave this bitch. We just started talking.
And
how you gonna ask me to buy a pair of shoes and we just started talking?
Well, first of all, it wouldn't be 1 pair of shoes. I was gonna get like 3 pairs of shoes.
3 pairs of shoes? I'm not about to pay. No. We just started.
Oh, hey, babe. What are you getting ready for, huh? Where are you going?
I'm going out to lunch with the girls.
Going out to lunch with the girls?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Where are you guys going?
Some like sushi spot, I think. I don't know.
Oh, that's funny. You know, I thought it was supposed to be a surprise. You don't even know where you're going out because you have a Tinder date planned tonight, and your Tinder date's supposed to be surprising you with a date. You don't even know where you're going.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, Logan, the guy that you've been talking to on Tinder. Yeah.
What?
Well, I know that you've been talking to him on Tinder for the last 2 months. You guys have already met up a couple of times. You stayed at his house a night that I was on vacation with the boys.
I cannot believe you.
I know a couple things about Logan, and I'm sure you know a lot more.
I can't believe
What do you mean?
I can't believe you've been invading my privacy.
I can go through your phone if I want to.
Who gave you the right? What the fuck do you think
You're
this
cheating
is?
on me. Don't make this my fault.
This is all your fault. This is all your fault.
Whenever a relationship falls apart, some people are quick to place all the blame on the man. If he makes a mistake, he's at fault. If she's the one who cheats, somehow he's still blamed. That mindset avoids personal responsibility and makes honest relationships difficult. The best approach is to stay away from people who refuse to take accountability for their actions. A healthy relationship requires honesty, respect, and responsibility from both sides.
He said to me, Daddy, I didn't want to see mommy's privates like that. Or that picture that she took was in front of him.
That's disgusting.
So today, my ex has been saying, you know, I've stopped calling him because literally every single time I do, he uses that as an opportunity to undermine my parenting, calling the cops every day, CPS every day, like the second case, and everyone's like, we don't know what's going on. And so anyway, so this morning I call him, I see something,
Take your time.
This morning when he gets back on the phone, she's videotaping, and I'm wearing a strapless bra, I'm holding my son, and he's trying to say that I'm doing something inappropriate with my son because our power's out, so he was sleeping without his shirt, and we're on the phone with him, and so now he's got his sister in the background recording, trying to get me doing something, and this is literally what I feel with, it's like he does something, and then calls the cops and tries to say it was me. For a second example, we were just at that Walmart there because I was trying to do the right thing and buy my daughter. He, I guess, gets offended. I'm not sure why, because like I said, I kick you out. I'm not marrying your sister. Well, he throws a bottle of formula at me and then calls the police and says that I banged my daughter's head.
Oh, we saw that report. We're not worried about that. We're just worried about what happened today.
So that's what happened today.
So, was he laying in bed with her naked? While you're on FaceTime and stuff like that, did you see anything like to show he was naked? Or
I saw his. That's all I saw, and I freaked. I lost it. I started bawling. I tried to call him back, like I said, to try and get. And then he comes out. I said, I'm trying to say maybe it was a misunderstanding, but then I see his sister in the background taping me on the phone, and he's saying, why were you in the bed with your son without your shirt on? What were you doing with your son?
Was he unclothed at that point?
No, he was dressed. He was fully dressed as if nothing happened. This is what I deal with, because it's like smoke and mirrors. He tries to make everybody think that I'm this monster.
And do you swear everything you told me is the truth and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, sir. So help me God.
Okay, perfect. All right, so Miss Melissa, I want to let you know, we did go out there and check on the child, okay? Is there anything that you want to go ahead and come clean about?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So we went out there and talked to him. The whole time the conversation was on. The whole time the FaceTime was recorded.
This was before he...
Hang on. I'm talking, okay? It was recorded the whole time. And we saw from the whole time of him holding your daughter, you...
Please don't arrest me, please.
Stop. Come here.
Please don't arrest me, please.
Do not do this. Let's go.
Please, no, please.
Stop. Your son is in the car.
Please don't do this.
Stop. Enough is enough. I have had enough.
Turn around as it was happening. Obviously, we had to do what we did, so that was going on, okay?
At first, this looked like just another messy custody battle between two parents who no longer trusted each other. Both sides had accused the other of creating problems, and according to the woman, her ex-husband was always trying to make her look like a bad mother. She claimed he would involve the police, document everything she did, and constantly look for ways to use those incidents against her in family court. From her point of view, she was simply trying to protect herself and her children from someone she believed was manipulating every situation. On the morning of the incident, the two were communicating through a FaceTime call involving their child. During that conversation, the woman claimed she noticed something that immediately alarmed her. She later told officers that she believed she had witnessed behavior that was completely inappropriate. The moment she thought she saw it, she became emotional, saying she panicked, started crying, and felt she had no choice but to contact law enforcement immediately. Because the allegations involved a child, officers treated the situation as extremely serious from the very beginning. When police arrived, they listened carefully to everything she had to say. She didn't only discuss the FaceTime call. She also described months of conflict with her ex-husband. According to her, every disagreement ended the same way. She claimed he would call the police, contact Child Protective Services, and accuse her of being an unfit parent. She even brought up previous incidents, saying he once threw baby formula at her, but then allegedly called the police and blamed her instead. She wanted officers to believe this latest situation was simply another attempt by her ex-husband to manipulate the system and turn everyone against her. Naturally, officers couldn't ignore allegations involving the safety of a child. Cases like these can change lives in an instant. A single accusation can result in emergency custody orders, criminal investigations, supervised visitation, or even arrests. Because of the seriousness of the claims, investigators knew they needed more than statements from either parent. They needed evidence that could confirm exactly what had happened. What the woman didn't know was that the father had prepared for situations like this. Because of the ongoing custody dispute, he had started documenting many of their interactions. This time, the entire FaceTime conversation had been recorded from beginning to end. That recording would become the most important piece of evidence in the entire investigation. Instead of relying on conflicting stories, investigators now had the opportunity to watch the interaction exactly as it happened. The officers carefully reviewed the complete recording. They didn't just watch a few seconds. They examined the entire conversation while comparing every detail to the woman's statement. They also checked on the child's welfare to make sure the child was safe and showed no signs of abuse or neglect. Investigators wanted to be absolutely certain before making any decisions because they understood how serious the allegations were. As they continued reviewing the evidence, officers began noticing that the woman's account didn't appear to match what was visible in the recording. The timeline was different. The behavior she described wasn't clearly supported by the footage. Instead of confirming her accusations, the video raised serious questions about whether the incident had happened the way she claimed. When officers returned to speak with her again, they remained calm and professional. They allowed her another opportunity to explain everything from the beginning. She repeated her version of events and continued insisting that she had seen something inappropriate. She also maintained that her ex-husband constantly manipulated situations to make her appear unstable. At that moment, she seemed convinced that investigators would believe her story. Then everything changed. One of the officers interrupted and informed her that they had already spoken with the father, checked on the child, and reviewed the complete FaceTime recording. The officer explained that the conversation had been captured from start to finish, meaning there was no missing context and no uncertainty about what had occurred. The evidence was already in their possession. The moment she realized investigators had the entire recording, her confidence disappeared almost instantly. The emotional tone of the conversation shifted dramatically. Instead of continuing to accuse her ex-husband, she became visibly distressed. She started pleading with the officers, repeatedly asking them not to arrest her. The same certainty she had displayed at the beginning of the interview was replaced with panic as she understood that the evidence could not be argued away. For investigators, this was no longer a case based solely on accusations. They now had video evidence, witness statements, and their own observations from checking on the child. The investigation had taken a completely different direction. Rather than focusing only on the allegations against the father, officers now had to determine whether false claims had been intentionally made during an already bitter custody dispute. Situations like this demonstrate why law enforcement must remain neutral until all evidence has been collected. Family court conflicts often involve intense emotions, anger, and long histories of personal disagreements. Unfortunately, there are times when accusations become part of the legal battle itself. That is why investigators rely on recordings, physical evidence, interviews, and independent verification instead of accepting one person's version of events without question. At the same time, it's important to remember that every allegation involving a child's safety deserves to be taken seriously and investigated thoroughly. Authorities cannot ignore such reports, but they also cannot assume guilt without evidence. Their responsibility is to determine the facts, protect the child, and ensure that the investigation follows the evidence wherever it leads. In this case, according to the officers, the recorded FaceTime call became the key piece of evidence that shaped the investigation. What was expected to expose one parent instead raised questions about the credibility of the accusations themselves. By the end of the encounter, the recording had completely changed the direction of the case, proving once again that when clear evidence exists, the truth becomes much harder